Hey guys, how's it going? Crash J here, and welcome to my channel. And this is Kerbal Space Program. This is a game where you make rockets and you try to not make them explode. Basically, you do your best to run a space program. There are two modes right now. There's Sandbox and Career Mode. I currently have some mods installed, so we're gonna do stuff with that, because I think it's fun when you have mods. Because sometimes you want to be vanilla, but sometimes you want to be, you want to bend the game a little, you know? This is going to be career mode, and we're going to see how far we can go. We're going to call this J Space. Because, if I called it Crash Space, not a good omen. Now is it? I'm going to stay with normal, what do you call it? Normal flight. Anyways, so I got a few things, one of them being the 7.5 mod, but, that one doesn't really work too well. So, for those of you who are new, this is a VAB. This is where you make your rockets and hope that they work, and design them and stuff. This is where you launch them on the launch pad. This is the tracking station where you keep track of stuff that's already up in space. This is Research and Development Center, which we'll get to very soon. This is the astronaut complex, which I'm actually going to go into. And this is basically where you hire your astronauts, so that you have more people to kill, fly into space. Totally didn't just say kill. Anyways, this is the spaceplane hangar where you make planes, for the runway. This isn't out of use yet, but they're putting one in soon. But anyways, I have a few things in here. Let's actually go into the VAB first. Like the Soyuz mod. You're probably gonna notice that. Gemini mod, and I also have the, what do you call it? I have MechJeb, and I also have the Apollo Saturn mod, but I don't think that even works in career mode yet. I have MechJeb and, Tibberdine shuttle mod. So, but I am going to stick with this until I start getting to more advanced mods. That's when I'll allow myself to start using the Soyuz. At least, I hope. This may change, but don't blame me if I do, because I'm literally just taking advantage of what I have. So, there you go. Just command pod. This basically is where your Kerbal sits so it doesn't get fried by the atmosphere. Because that wouldn't be very fun, now would it? There's parachutes so you don't crash on the ground. That's the communitron so you actually can transmit stuff. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put on some fuel tanks. These are very, very basic fuel tanks. I'm gonna put on like 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, I'm in junior high and I still count. Which you can probably tell. You can probably tell that I'm still in junior high. Which, I'm fine with that. I'm down with that. Anyways. So, can't really do the escape system. Anyways, so yeah, I'm in junior high, just trying to get through 8th grade, all that kind of stuff. But, I'm a bit of a nerd, which is probably why you're seeing me playing this game. But, yeah, let's call this my first. And, I actually tried to record this earlier, but my microphone was being super derpy. I need to get a better one with, like, a stand and stuff. If any of you guys know where I can get a good one that's cheap, because I don't think I'll be able to afford a Blue Yeti or any of those nice ones for a little while, so if you know like something you can find in like Walmart or something. Anyways, so my first rocket. Don't pay attention to the little tykes. Because, in Kerbal, everybody has, when they have little tykes, you can actually ride your little tyke into space. So, yeah, because obviously makes sense. So, I love the music in this game. It's just so funny. Jazz and stuff. This is Jebediah Kerman, the insane man of the hour. Just wait any second, he's going to start going, yeah! He's content right now, but wait. So this is the IVA view. This is basically where you see everything, make sure, I don't know, just stuff. You get into and out of this by pressing C. When you're outside of it, you can press V to change camera modes. So, these are your gears and stuff. This tells basically your vertical speed. This lets you recover a vessel. I don't really want to do that yet. So let's do a crew report. Okay, 1.5 science. Science is basically the currency of this game. So let's throttle up and launch. We're at it. Transmit data. Take another crew report. A little. I'll give it a shot. Okay, let's stop touching it. Anyway, so we've gotten several crew reports now. And I'll give some stats when we're gone. Anyways, so the Mercury, the original stage of Mercury was basically a suborbital flight, where they would use something called the Redstone missile to send them to the edge of space. Looks like we finally finished that up. So, yeah. So, let's see. How's our Apoapsis doing? In real life, it's called an apogee. So 12,000 meters. This is in metric, so I'm gonna have to deal with that. But you get used to it. I seriously recommend that you buy this game. It is amazing. It's stunning how well they did. And this is just an indie developer. And they are already so far, and it's just an alpha, too. That's what's so amazing about it, is how far they've come. Come on, make it to space, make it to space. Yes! I knew you could do it. You probably won't do it. Crapper. Dang it. Yeah, just short. Just short of the atmosphere. Just short. Oh well. Oh well. Anyways. Let's do another crew report. Right. EVA report. So, you're starting to feel you should really get back into the ship. I agree. So, now that that's going on, we got this going on. Let's just wait for us to come back down. Come down any second. Alright, so, yeah, not really much. It's just, you know, this be Kerbal. Well, it gets a lot more interesting as you go. I'll just say that much. It gets very interesting as you try to build bigger and better rockets. I'm trying to keep this simple. So, coming down. So, everything's fine, dandy. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't mind my singing. I completely suck. I understand this. But, yeah, I'm a bit of a nerd. But, you know, being a nerd is fine. And if you like nerd stuff, well, who's stopping you? But, yeah, so, a little bit about myself. I'm in junior high, all that stuff. And, yeah, it's very surprising how quickly it changes, because 6th grade is like, you're used to everybody looking out for you, everybody's all together. You don't need to worry. But, the weird thing is, when you are when you're in junior high, you're kind of all by yourself, and you do need to start worrying about your grades and stuff. Pardon me if my voice is all weird and stuff. I need to make sure I understand what's going on. Good. Parachute took the strain. So now we're just coming down to a gentle splashdown. Then I'm going to show you guys a trick that I use to get more science. It's a little bit more painstaking, but really it's worth it. So we should get splashed down in a second. Right. A little bit of explosions, but yeah, we're fine. Right, Jeb? Right. Kerplunk. Right, let's take a surface sample. 12.0 science. If taking a sample of the water, it appears to dramatically increase the surface humidity of anything it touches. True that. EVA report. I don't think a spacesuit was entirely necessary to get here, was it? 3.2 science. Well, let's keep that. And let's recover Jeb. Because, you know, he's the one carrying 12.0 science. But, so yeah. That was our first flight. Not bad if I say so myself. In all honesty, I think we did pretty good for our first flight. We got to the edge of space. We got a little bit farther if we had just a little bit more power. But, you know, that's kind of... These are kind of the forces you have to balance. Control with power. But, yeah, we got 17.1 science from this part of the mission, and we got 36 science in total. So, yeah, everything's going well. Whew, let me tell you, it's exhausting to just rant like that. Okay. But anyway, now we got our science. Oh, sorry about the bump. Hard to tell where your elbows are when you're kind of growing like a weed. Anyway, at least that's all my parents and stuff say. Yes, I live with my parents, all that stuff. They are amazing. Don't diss them. But, yeah, look at all this awesome stuff that we're getting. We're getting decouplers, we're getting all this cool stuff. And, yeah, we're getting the retro rocket, and we're getting the long, actual Mercury tank. So we should be able to do a suborbital flight at this point. So let's research that for 5 science. And we still have 31 science, wow. So, let's get this, because it has radial decouplers, and that's going to be important for the R7. Okay, now, that's 20 science, that's 15, so we're still short. Alright, okay. Excuse me again. Alright, so, you remember how I said I was going to stick with just the command pod for a while? Well, I'm gonna change that a bit. For the fact that it's cool to mess with stuff. So the Soyuz is something developed by USSR by Sergei Korolev before his tragic death. Sad face. But, wrong module. Okay, so let's get all the basic pieces. This one, that's what I want. It's been adapted from its original form, and it's still in use today, actually, because of how reliable it actually is. So, yeah, that's pretty cool, huh? I actually know this kind of stuff. But, anywho, who cares about all that stuff? Let's put one of these on this bad boy. Now let's go to utility. Soyuz solar panel. I know, this is kind of cheaty, all that stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Curse me, send me to heck. Now, let me explain myself. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to just get as far as I can really quick, and then I'll slow down. Because, you know, it takes a while. It does. It truly does take a little bit. You have to be patient with these things. And you guys have to realize that it gets boring. It's very, very boring. So let's just set up our staging here. Alright. Boop. Okay. So let's set up a few action groups. 10 is going to decouple that. And yeah. 1 is going to toggle engine and decouple that. Good. Okay. So now that that's out of the way, what next? So, right. Okay. So, how long have I been recording for? That's actually a good question. I'll be right back.